Hey everybody, welcome on into the Delmarva Sports Insider, the only live and local show dedicated to giving you all local sports. I'm Sports Director Brandon Bosser.
What is up? It is yours truly, sports anchor Devin J. Martin. Welcome into the show. We got another edition of Delmarva Sports Insider.
That's right, we've got an interview with a brand new author and a story on some of the bright young Nationals players in town this week. Jam-packed episode of DSI tonight.
Yeah, no, Brandon, before we get to the things that you just mentioned, we obviously got to speak some basketball. We got a lot of, summer league basketball that we've got to cover tonight.
Yeah, and we saw our matchup of the season so far, the two heavyweights in the Maryland Premier League going at it on Monday night. We were so excited to see this matchup finally, and you know what? It lived up to expectation.
And we've been talking about these two teams basically all summer long. More than likely, Bennett and Decatur will be the top two teams in the Bayside South this winter, maybe the whole Bayside Conference as a whole. We got a sneak peek of what that matchup could potentially look like during the fall season. Team Persevere repping Bennett, Bull on the Beach repping Decatur, and this was a great game from start to finish. Jace Hudson, he's going to make a big step this in his junior year right there. He's getting things to start with the mid-range jumper, but Jaden Hudson doing the math right there. 3 is greater than 2, and he launches the corner 3, and it gets to the bucket. Back and forth we go. Sakai Smullen brings it up the court. He drives it in. He puts up 2 points for Persevere, and then Bryson Coleman gets the crowd going with the move on the baseline, then slams it in.
The fake, the move to the rim, the slam, the wrist
that
looks
was
good.
Perfect. Yeah, that was perfect. We see this seesaw. We're still on the ride right now. Teams trading, going blow for blow. Darian Collins at the top of the key. He wants a 3 and he drains it.
Yeah, and he's underrated for that Bennett team. David Chandler on the other end picks the pocket midcourt. He's going to lob it up for the newest Seahawk, Kareem Bolden. He's an X factor for the Seahawks this year. Persevere gets one of their own, and it's on Chandler. Jace Hudson steals it, dishes ahead to Smullen. Go ahead and count the bucket, +1. Kids from Berlin, one last chance, heave it up, and it comes up just short. Fantastic game between these two Titans. Jaden Hudson takes the last shot, falling short. Persevere wins it. And this was an incredible game. Can't wait to see this matchup come this winter. Let's hear now from Coach Bubby Brown.
Proud of my guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to get a big win like Summer League. We still defending champions in this league, so we still trying to defend our title, so we just got to hold on strong. It's a good feeling, you know what I'm saying? We want Decatur to know, early on that we can beat them, you know what I'm saying? We want that to be in the back of their head so when we get to the season, they know that we can beat them.
And you love to hear that. That's competitive
that's
fire
That's
right
how
there.
Season rivalries start already. I like that.
It doesn't matter if it's summer basketball or not. We want them to know.
We could beat them.
We beat you guys in summer basketball. That's
and we
great.
could do it again in the fall and the winter too. Wow, I like that.
All right, we'll talk more about this one coming up a little bit later on.
Yeah, now moving on to a few more games from Monday night, Brandon. Obviously, Mardella, they're looking for their first win of the summer. Zymir Walker and Pocomoke had something to say about that. That's a fast break layup for him right there. Mardella looking for the answer, and the pickpocket taking care of business all the way by himself, coast to coast, smooth finish. But Pocomoke isn't done. They stretch out their lead. The little shovel pass for the splashdown, knockdown 3, Keandre Nixon. We've been talking about him this past season and obviously a lot during the summer. And how about this one more time? This time in transition for the easy layup. Pocomoke cruises through this one. They destroyed them during the regular season last year. They destroyed them again in the summer league right now, winning by 51 points.
Yeah, and we were looking at Keandre's numbers from last season.
Oh, yeah.
Put up 25 points per
sophomore.
game for Pocomoke as a sophomore. He is fantastic. Just needs a little bit of help from that Warriors team, and they're going to be very tough to beat in that 1A here at the Bayside South. Brandon's junk removal and Snow Hill taking on changing the culture in Washington. Cameron Lucas saying persistent on the offensive glass, fights for that putback. Great effort there. Snow Hill doing it on both ends. Thank you very much, says J. Sear Fields. Outlet pass to Lucas for the lay-in here. Easy bucket off the glass, and it falls. Changing the culture, looking to change the momentum. Little dribble handoff for the easy Trey. Trying to claw back into this one. But for all 40 minutes, it was the Snow Hill show, everyone. Here's Dix, reads the passing lane. No traffic in the way for the easy layup. Snow Hill walks away with the emphatic 71-27 victory. So Snow Hill looking pretty good against the Washington Jaguars.
Yeah, they absolutely are. Obviously, Washington's a really young team. One of their best players last year was a freshman. Let's see if, some of their other players can step up as well. But Snow Hill looking pretty good. Again, it's still a summer league game. We'll see what happens in the winter. But obviously, Snow Hill, Pocomoke, and Washington are the three teams to look out for in the 1A. Now, we're staying with the summer hoops, obviously in the Bayside South. Now, Delmar versus Laurel. Jerron Cannon picks up the steal, and he won't be stopped on this play. Fast break bucket is good. Cannon doing it all in the first half for the Wildcats. He makes a strong move to the rack, and he gets the nice finish right there. That was a scoop shot right there over the defense. Now, we're going to fast forward to the second half, and that's when Laurel would take over. Nice feed going down low. Bucket is good. Brock Hill for Laurel is going to play with his food, though. Look at this crossover right here. Come here. Another one. And then he gets the floater to go.
And the floater was the most impressive part of that entire play. Let's be honest.
Laurel rolls in this one 50-36.
And the most fascinating part about this game right here between Laurel and Delmar is who's going to step up for Laurel now that all of those fantastic seniors have graduated from the Bulldogs. Who's going to step up for Laurel now that they're going to have quite a vacuum of players on that roster?
It seems like we asked that question for a lot of these teams going into
but specifically for Laurel, considering that they lost about 4 or 5 seniors from last year's team.
Absolutely.
All right, so Devin, we know Bennett won this game, but you got to ask, or you got to say that all this tells me is not that Bennett's better than Decatur. All it tells me is that, you know what, these teams very evenly matched, and we're in for a battle come this winter.
So obviously last season we all knew that Y-High was going to be one of the top teams in the whole Bayside, the whole conference. They obviously were, and it was always about who can knock them off the perch. Now it's going to be between who can fill the void now that Antoine Wilson's gone and allotting their starting lineup from Y-High's gone. And again, we can't take everything from this summer league game, but obviously Bennett's got a lot of young talent. Obviously Jace Hudson and some of their other players that's been really good for them. They're going to be really good next year, but Decatur's starting lineup is insane. Let me just list the names. David Chandler, Kareem Bolden, Bryson Coleman, Tribe Wise, and Jaden Hudson. I think that's the best starting 5 in the entire Bayside.
I don't think you would get much debate from anybody about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just stacked. But again, Zakai Smallin and Jace Hutton and Darian Collins were able to take them down. Now, obviously, it's more than just 3 players and just a starting 5, but the fact is the talent that Decatur has is top-notch. And I think Bennett is just going to have to do what they can to make up that little gap in terms of the amount of quality players that they have compared to Decatur. And I'm looking for Jace Hudson to take a big step next year to become the best player in the entire conference. That's what he's going to have to do for them to be able to win the Bayside South and win the Bayside as a whole.
I think with Decatur, you've just got so much talent on that starting 5. Zachary Baker's probably going to have to move to the bench and be a very good 6-man spark off the bench. How do all of those players mesh together? We're going to have to find out. But you know what? It's only summer. We've got 6 months to go. That's going to do it for the A block now. We're going to take our first time out. But when we return, you can find Mo Williams on the sidelines for Salisbury men's basketball. And now on the bookshelves, we spoke with the new author about his book. That's coming up next on DSI.
I'm Bryson Coleman from Decatur, and this is Delmarva Sports Insider.